Yo, 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 what's going on, guys? Joey Sturkenbach is back here with another video for you guys. Today, guys, we are here to talk about the game that we finished watching last night. I know I'm a day late, my bad for that. Between the Chiefs and the Ravens. Not exactly an expected result. First of all, congratulations to all Chiefs fans out there. You absolutely outplayed us in every scheme of the game. Offensively, defensively, totally outplayed us. Congrats to you guys. So, what happened? Well, let's discuss. So, obviously, a defensive meltdown last night. The first half was just freaking ridiculous. They scored 27 points in the first half. That was even worse than week 3 of last year when we played them. It was even worse. It was even worse. But at the same time, we definitely played better in the second half. I thought our defense was better. It still wasn't great, but I'm looking at the score. They scored 27 points in the first half, only 7 in the second half. So obviously we did better. Again, better being the key word here. But we still did not play well whatsoever. A lot of bickering going on defensively. A lot of miscues. There were a couple that Mecole Hardman bomb. He was wide open. It was just a lot of miscues that cannot happen. However, you guys know I do a lot of media and stuff. People are freaking out about this loss way too much. First of all, it's week 3. It's very early in the season. And we just played the best offense in the league with the best receiving core in the league. All right, well, we need to relax. And that doesn't mean we should have given up 34 points, but we did play a very good team. It's not like we let a bad team do this to us. The Chiefs are arguably the best team in the league since that they're the reigning Super Bowl champs. So people are freaking out too much. It's one game, and I think, I'm not saying I want us to lose, but I think it's good for us to have some legitimate competition. Our first 2 games were kind of easy. I mean, I shouldn't say easy because the Browns beat us last time, but Browns, meh. Texans, meh. We finally got some real competition. Wake-up call, took the loss. And again, if we won, I would have been happy, but I'm just saying, a wake-up call this early in the season is good, and that was our problem last year. We got too hot, and we needed a game to kind of recharge, and it was too late. So, I'm okay with this loss for now. We'll see what happens going down the stretch. That doesn't mean, again, we shouldn't keep losing games, but a loss every now and then is just fine. So, offensively was a struggle as well. The Chiefs' defense actually played really, really well. I was looking at some recap stuff, and I didn't really notice this, but apparently, even Lamar Jackson said this. The Chiefs' defensive game plan last night looked a lot like the Titans' game plan in the playoffs last year, which did seem to work. So here's my issue with Lamar Jackson. We saw the Chiefs blitz quite a bit, whether it was blitzing off the edge, blitzing up the middle. They blitzed quite a bit, and it really worked. And that really worries me about just the Ravens' offense in general, because we are a run-first team. And when you blitz up the middle, unless you have like a fullback that can totally take out the linebacker, almost always a run is not going to work with a blitz up the middle. It sometimes can if someone misses their assignment, whatever, but it usually doesn't work. So when they're blitzing, you don't think to run the ball, especially up the middle because we run a lot of read option. So we have to throw it. And our weakness is our receivers, okay? Marquise Brown's decent, but I don't even think he's a #1 wide receiver. Andrews probably had his worst game of his career last night. We'll talk more about that in a second. But our receivers are our weakness. So if you're blitzing and running man coverage, that's taking Lamar Jackson's running ability out of the equation. It's just taking the running ability out of the equation for the whole offense, forcing Jackson to throw the ball quickly to his mediocre wide receivers. I've been thinking about this in my head for a long time. People overthink how to stop Lamar Jackson. And that doesn't mean blitzing is automatically going to stop him. But I feel like people just are missing these basic counters to him. And that doesn't mean Lamar Jackson is not going to be able to adapt to him. And I think he will as he continues to get better and better every year. He's got a great head coach. But people have been missing, teams I should say, are missing the one counter that I have seen. And that is blitzing. It really, really works. And again, the Chiefs did that last night, and it totally worked. Making Jackson get rid of the ball quickly and taking the running ability out of the equation. It does work. And until the Ravens fix their receivers, that's concerning to me. That's something that we're going to have to get together. So if that means like changing game plan or just maybe signing a receiver, trading for a receiver, I don't know. But we are going to have to clean that up because I think teams are going to start figuring out, okay, let's start blitzing. Now, again, it's not just that easy because some teams like to blitz, some teams don't like to blitz at all. So it does vary. And I think the Chiefs are a rather aggressive team in general, but I feel like they blitzed more than usual last game or yesterday, and it did work. So we're going to see if that continues with other teams. We'll see if they get the same interpretation. Hopefully not, but we'll see. So, offense was a huge struggle. We made a little bit of a comeback in the second half, fell short. Pressure is really a problem. I mean, I know the Chiefs' offensive line is solid, but, and again, yeah, I shouldn't even say that. Pressure last night anyway, and I think that this was more against the Texans. Against the Texans, we got a lot of pressure, but we never actually sacked the quarterback. Lamar Jackson can throw a couple pick sixes, he can get sacked, he can run into a huge hit, it'll be frustrating. But I would say the most frustrating thing for me anyway, when watching a Ravens game, is our inability to sack the quarterback. Oh my gosh, because I shouldn't say always, but we get pressure a good amount. At least we did last night. But we never actually get to him. Either we go for him and we just bounce off, or we're just a second too late. It's so annoying. And it's just, I don't know. I know it's the way it is, but our pass rush really needs some help. And it's kind of disappointing because I kind of feel like our offseason was built around improving our front seven. And on paper, it's significantly improved, but it's not living up to its potential, at least in the pass rush game. The main positive coming out of that game, besides the whole wake-up call theory that I just gave to you guys, is run defense. It was excellent last game. Edwards-Helaire had like 20 carries for 64 yards. That's under 4 yards a carry. That's very, very good. Run defense looks really good right now. But that's what concerns me. That doesn't mean I want us to abandon our run D, but I'm afraid our run defense is too nice, and our pass rush, anyway, is not good enough. We have a lot of linemen who are just designated to stopping the run. Brandon Williams, Justin Ellis, Derek Wolfe. I don't want to say Calais Campbell because I kind of feel like he could do both, but Campbell has been non-existent in the pass rush this year, and that's a big problem. Wolfe actually was pretty good in the pass rush last year, at least better than usual. He hasn't done anything. He hasn't even gotten close to the QB in most occasions. So Wolfe needs to step it up. And again, Wolfe, I would say, has probably been one of our best run stuffers this year. He's been excellent against the run this year. We'll see if that continues. But I kind of feel like teams are throwing the ball way more now. We are not part of that. We actually run the ball way more now. But I feel like teams are starting to throw the ball more and more, so the pass rush needs to get better and better. So I've seen people flipping out, oh, we need to get an edge rusher, oh, we need to get a wide receiver. Again, people are freaking out way too much. But at the same time, I do think trading for an edge rusher or maybe a wide receiver is not a bad idea. The only issue is, who do we really have for options? And the options just aren't that good. You know, we can trade or I guess it would be sign Clay Matthews, but he's over the hill, aging. We already have an old D-line besides Matthew Judon. And I don't think Matthews is that good anymore. Like, Judon is better than Matthews, at least in this stage of his career. So I don't really see the point in that. I saw some rumors about us possibly trading for Melvin Ingram, which I guess would be okay to an extent, but I don't know. I don't know if that's like the right call, and we may be in more need of a receiver. I don't know. Again, not time to press the panic button, but I definitely think we need to add an addition to that pass rush. It's really lacking right now, and whether it's getting pressure or sacking, it needs to get better in both stages. So, I also want to go over, last game, yesterday, whatever you want to call it, we saw Patrick Queen get benched. I was surprised about that, to be honest with you guys. I did not think that was going to happen. Because Queen was really good in the first two games. He was really, he wasn't, I kind of think we ran more zone last game once we realized that man wasn't working. So it's hard to kind of blame someone. But I don't know. Queen was totally non-existent. No pressures from him. I didn't see him really get any tackles. Queen had a really rough game and he got benched. Chris Board came in, who's not bad, but like he's not the starter. So Queen needs to get his act together. But again, we just played the reigning MVP champions and the best football team in the league, the way I see it. So it's all right. That doesn't mean that we just need to let this one slide. I mean, we will let it slide, but we definitely need to make some adjustments. In terms of our defense, I mean, it just totally laid an egg. I mean, it was just destroyed in the first half. It never showed signs of slowing them down, really, until the second half a little bit, but still not so much, at least in the passing game. Travis Kelce, oh my God, that was ridiculous. Kelce literally ran, stick routes every single play, and we just couldn't stop it. He went to Kelce so much, and we just could not stop it. Stopping tight ends has been a huge issue for us this year, and we have shown no signs of slowing it down. Darren Fells killed us, David Njoku and Austin Hooper killed us, and now Travis Kelce killed us. Tyreek Hill did well. He didn't totally kill us. And then McCole Hardman, statistically, he did well because he got the huge touchdown. But other than that, the receivers, and that doesn't mean they weren't bad. They did well. But it's Kelce and Mahomes escaping the rush and rolling out that just killed us last night. It was ridiculous. What I think, before we cut this video, guys, one thing that we did in the second half of last game, which did seem, I'm not going to say it worked, but it did seem to trend in our favor. I'll put it that way. We started, except for that one play on 3rd and 10 where we tried to blitz Judon up the middle. Don't ask me why. It was a terrible idea. Lost outside contained. Mahomes ran for a first down on 3rd and 10. So frustrating. But we started to run more outside pass rushes, so more QB contains. So, although it might slow the pressure down, it did keep Mahomes in the pocket, which meant the linebackers did not need to abandon their coverage to go and try and stop Mahomes from running. Because if they come down, Mahomes draws the defender, then he throws it to Kelce or whatever receiver was available. So that's just not going to work. We ran more outside contains, and it did seem to, again, I'm not going to say it worked, but it did slow them down a bit. So the outside contains kind of worked in the second half, and that's why they only scored 7 points. And the last drive was kind of just in garbage time. No one really cared. So that was good. But the last step really is just getting interior pressure. If we can keep that outside contain and get interior pressure, that's all we need. That's all we need. And that's a big if right now, because interior pressure has been totally non-existent so far this year. I know interior pressure, what does that even mean? But interior pressure is a thing, guys, and we need to get it, okay? Edge pressure is nice, but we need interior pressure more, the way I see it. Now, apparently, Justin Manu Bawika, I think is how you say it, 3rd round pick out of Texas Tech, I want to say, defensive tackle, and he's known for his pass rush. He's not necessarily a great run stuffer, but he's a great pass rusher. At least he was in college. He was a great interior pass rusher. He got hurt in training camp. I think he's coming back this week, so hopefully he gets some more reps and we get to get after the quarterback and get some more interior pressure. So we'll see what happens. But anyways, I just, we're not too far away from Sunday again, guys, and we'll see the Ravens play again. So a loss is a loss, win is a win. We'll get them back. We'll get the football team back on Sunday. So, guys, that is going to do it for this video. Hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, be sure to drop a like on the video and subscribe to the channel if you are new. I am out. Peace out. Have a great day. Thanks so much for watching, and go Ravens. Enjoy the debates tonight.